What's going on? Good to see everybody. Kind of hung around last night. My son was over. My neighbor, which I've known for 45 years, he migrated down with us because he works for us. He lives only two or three two doors up from me. And so we're all sitting around on the deck. Beautiful night. It had to be 76 degrees, southeasterly breeze. You know, listening to the greatest music in the world. And we're talking. Of course, we're smoking, you know, because that's all a legal thing. And those that drank had cocktails, which was a good thing. So I think everybody left maybe about 11 o'clock. So I'm sitting out there with my dog, and I'm just relaxing, listening to music, hey, you know, and a couple songs I would get up and I dance. I like getting up dancing, even though I dance by myself. Who gives a crap? I love dancing. It's great aerobics. Also, a couple of my neighbors come by. They come up on the deck. We're talking, and then a couple of the neighbors. Next thing you know, there's four people back up on the deck. They bring their own booze or their own smoke, or whatever they're doing, or we share. And I looked at my watch and I says, "Holy shit! It's 1:30 in the morning." So I said to everybody, "I don't care. You guys are welcome to stay here all night if you want to. I'm going to bed." So I hit the bed, set my alarm for 6 o'clock. "6 a.m. that is. Trust me. You know, I don't get up to noontime, and you know I don't get up to noontime, but 6 a.m. is a stretch. But went to bed about, got finally, probably, because it doesn't take me long to sleep. If my ass hits the bed, by the time I fall on my pillow, I'm sleeping. It comes from no stress, no drama, no accepting any of that stuff. So I'm very comfortable. I mean, it's really good. So anyway, so I set the alarm for 6, get my buns up, take a shower, shave, because I didn't shave since I got back from Orlando, so I had to shave. Made myself a cup of coffee. I have one of those Kellogg machines. You just make a cup at a time. And scrambled up a couple egg whites, and I was ready to go. Kissed my dog goodbye. Make sure she had food and water. Everything's cool. I hate leaving my dog alone, I'm telling you. But she's getting used to it, you know. It's hard for her, I think. And who the hell knows what a dog thinks, but I'm so used to taking her every place, you know. I took her grocery shopping the other day. What a hoot. We get to the grocery store. I get a motor scooter. And I carry a little blanket. I put the blanket up in the front where the groceries are supposed to go. And what I do is I take a list with me. And when I go into the store, I get one of the girls and one of the guys. They shop for me. They come with me. They bring another cart. And I say, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this. So I don't have to walk to the store and do all that. That's why when I play golf, that's what I did this morning. That's why I was up so early. We played 18 holes today. And of course, these guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. I play a great game of golf. It's amazing. I don't know why I do. I just play a great game of golf. Always have. You know, I shoot in the mid-80s. And we don't play handicaps, but I shoot in the mid-80s. These guys all shoot close, you know, to me, but it's always down to the stretch, and I love it. You know, I love getting that, being ahead by 1 point going into the last hole, you know. It's all good. So I played golf today, of course. After golf, we at the clubhouse we have lunch. What a great place! I told you before, this place is 5-star, 10-star. This is, everybody knows your name. I don't care what waiter, what cook, what chef, what bartender, what cart guy, what anybody from the pro shop. Everybody that works there knows your name, because in this club, what they do is once you're a member, they take your picture and they put it in the kitchen. Every member of that club is on the wall. And we have an exchange system, which I think I told you about, where most of our waiters and waitresses, they come from Nova Scotia, they'll come from South Africa, they'll come from Germany, they'll come from England, and they're on a culinary scholarship situation, which our club reciprocates with these people from Europe. And these guys and girls are all, you got to realize they're college kids, and they're 20 years old, 21, 22 years old, and they are so pleasant and so exciting to meet, because you'll meet somebody that's from someplace I've never been, And that reminds me, I got hit again today about this. My passport expired in 2010. I fill out all the paperwork, make the appointment, I go down, and the paperwork that I filled out, they had changed it. So I brought the paperwork back home, and it sits here. I procrastinated about it. I think I told you about it. But we're going to Ireland in October. And we're going to go over there for 10 days, and we're going to play golf. Now, here's the whole issue about that. We're going to play golf, but we have to make sure, because, see, most golf courses in England, Ireland, Scotland, there is no such thing as a cart. You have to walk it. Caddies cost you $250 American for a foursome for the day, which is not bad if you think about it. Go for 18 holes. Plus, of course, your entrance fee, so on and so on. But the caddies are separate. The caddies, they don't get paid. You have to tip them. And the minimum tip for a foursome is $150 for 18 holes. Hell, I can remember when I was a kid at Middletown Golf Club, carrying double bags at 13 years old at 130 pounds that I weighed. I made $8 for the day carrying doubles. $8. Can you imagine that? What was that, 1951, 52, 53? My God, am I that old? Yes, I am. Okay, admit it. I'm that old. All right. So, of course, with the golf, with the lunch, cocktails, scotch is good. Remember, scotch and water. I drink a scotch with green tea. And look up the green tea, and then compare scotch to other types of whiskeys, and you don't know why I've been drinking this for over 55 years. Maybe I'm one of those fortunate people. I don't know what a hangover is. No, I know what it is to wake up and be tired. But that can happen without doing any kind of drinking or anything else. But I do not wake up anyway with any kind of, I don't even know how people try to describe a hangover to me. Some people get headaches. Oh my God! And some people they feel nausea. Some people can't eat. They mope around. What the hell is that all about? If I drank the scotch and smoke a doobie and it hurts me, do you think I'm going to do it the next day? Why would anybody say I'm partying and I'm going to feel miserable tomorrow? That does not make any sense to me at all. Find something that when you wake up, you're clean. You know, you wake up, hey, let's go another day. Let's have a good day. Did I get off on a rant? Yeah, I get off on those rants. I've been thinking about my music lately. Haven't been doing much. It sits across the room. I'm looking at it as I'm talking to you guys, and you know, I just don't know where to go with it. You know, I just don't know where to go. I don't know if I should be writing it down for the poetry end of it. You know, only for posterity, for the children, so they have something to remember me by, my thoughts, my ideas, my music, which they all love. Yeah. Someday, what I'll do is I'll do a link and I'll turn you on to some of the stuff I used to write years ago, and I'm published, and you'll recognize a couple songs because they've been on, you know, with the national bands. But the key was I was never thought I was an entertainer, even though I was on stage for 15, 20 years. Oh, more than 20 years. 82, so shit, it'd be 70, 50. We started as kids in 1952, 1953. We're 13, 14 years old. And we played music. We used to go to all the little honky-tonks because we all lived in the mountains, farm boys. And they used to have these shithole fucking bar rooms. We'd go in, twang our guitars and try to sing and whatever, and we used to work for tips and alcohol. And we were underage, but they didn't give a crap. And we did that for a long, long, long time. Then I gave up music. I gave it up because I got into painting, and I have a couple paintings in Elmira, New York, in the museum. I got into my painting phase. I never finished the 2 books I started to write. I do probably have 5 books of thoughts, ideas, probably 200 songs. I just wish, because what I say in my music is apropos today, yesterday, and tomorrow. It's always going to be there. It's just to have someone take it and forget about what I did with the music end of it. It's just the lyrical value. Take the lyrical value and put something else to it as far as music is concerned, a different feeling to it. But don't lose the essence of the poetry. That's all, you know, that's all. I never wanted to be on stage, but I used to love it. But I never wanted to be on there. You know, I did it because it was just, everybody knew me, and they respected what I did. You know, they were always kind to me. But my whole thing was I wanted somebody else to pick up my music. So I had a couple songs that went national. Someday I'll tell you about them, how it happened. It was really strange. Because in one of the songs I actually gave my byline away because I donated the song. 10 years later, they gave me my byline back, and they gave me a check for $180,000. So I went to my son and I says, what am I supposed to do with this? I says, the whole idea was when I gave that song away and they used it for their national program, I says, that was my donation to the cause. He says, cash the check. I said, let me cash the check. So I contacted the organization, and I gave it all back except $10,000. And the reason I kept the $10,000 was because I have a car that I love that's an antique, and I figure, hey, take the 10 grand. It's found money. It's like digging up something in the backyard you didn't know was there, never expected it, and put it into the car. So I'm a happy camper. The people that I gave the money back to, they are happy people. The reason is when you got 385 employees, as of last count, things change rapidly by month to month to month to month. I think we had 60 or 80 employees, then it went to 120, then 180, 220, 230. Another division gets opened up. Now we got, 300 and so on people. Got to shut this thing down. But you can't do it if you actually think about it. If you have an employee, that employee has, rather be male or female, either a spouse, children, so they're supporting something. They're supporting their families, subsidizing their husband's income, or he's subsidizing her income, or whatever the way it works. And then, of course, we have employees that are single. So whatever they do these days is a lot more than I ever did when I was their age, trust me. When I was a kid, my car would cost me brand new. I buy a brand new Chevy Bel Air 2-door for $1,300. $1,300. I'm in high school with a 2-door 1956. No. 1950. What the hell year was it? 1953. I'm driving a 2-door Thunderbird, white with a white interior. I paid, I think at the time, something like $3,200 for this thing. And if I would put that car comparable today with what's going on, that car would cost, in today's market, $50,000. So it goes to show you what your money's really worth. When your father had $1 and you have $1 today, the difference is your father had $1 that was worth $1. Your dollar is worth 2 cents, 2 pennies. In the 50s, $1 was big money. People worked 40 hours a week for $70. People would work for $1.25 an hour. I worked for $12 a week when I was a kid, 12, 13 years old. $12 a week. Always had money, but it didn't take a lot of money. Excuse me. Got a little itch there. The movies was, you go into a double feature movie, popcorn a soda and candy. 35 cents. End of story. Saturday afternoon feature with cartoons. 35 cents. You get a one. You win at 1. You're out at 5:30 in the afternoon, and you walk home. You're not out in the boonies. These are small little, teeny farm communities. 15,000 people, 5,000 people, 6,000 people. I lived in a community that had 2,200 people in it, in the mountains. But everything's good. I don't know what you guys have been doing. Nobody ever wants to talk to me. But I hope things are going well. I hope everybody's really happy. Gotta be happy, man. Be happy with yourself first. If you can love yourself, then you know how to love somebody else. The old adage, oh, if you love yourself, you're selfish and all that bullshit. That's not true. If you read the scripture says, love thyself as thy neighbor. The reason being, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love your neighbor? Because you don't know what love is all about. Think about that one. Is that a truism or is that a truism? I'm going to finish my scotch, finish my cigarette. It's about, I don't know, midnight. It's Saturday night. Like I said, I had a great golf day, great lunch, great dinner. Did short ribs on the Barbie. On the Barbie. Ah! And tomorrow, being Sunday, I don't go to an organized church group anymore. I did that for a lot of years. So my Sundays are, I usually don't see anybody on a Sunday. My Sunday's my day. My Sunday's my day for retroflect for the week, for the month, or if I'm having an issue with myself, or if there's an issue out there that needs my attention, I'll work on that, and that's what I do on a Sunday. Because when Monday morning rolls around, there's nothing on the menu, never. My job is to make sure that everybody that surrounds me has a smile on their face. That's my job. And they all know it. Because like I say, you know how big my family is and all my friends, So I'm not one of the guys that comes up, I had a bad day today, what the fuck, being picked on. No, that's not the way I go. I don't move that way. My day is, hey man, we're gonna have a great day today. What are we gonna do? Let's do this. Let's go kayaking. Let's go jet skiing. Let's barbecue. Let's hang out in the sunlight. Let's watch the golf on television. Outside. Let's do something. I have always a prayerful thought for those people that I know within my life that doesn't look at life on the positive side. There are people that really, you love them, but they just, for some damn reason, they can't understand the positive side of life. It's always, I got a guy that I won't drive in a car with. And the reason I won't is because he's a maniac. I don't mean he drives like a maniac. He's a maniac with his mouth in the car. He cusses at every driver. He flips him the bird. He honks his horn. And I'm to tell you, someday somebody's going to stop him and shoot him. Because where we live, you don't do that crap. I hope that never happens, of course, but and everybody tells them, stop it. Stop that stupid stuff. Look at guys and girls, I love yous all. I'm gonna finish my cocktail. I got a new vape in from California. I'm gonna try this. Great stuff. Great stuff. Everybody, so they finally legalized it. You know what I'm saying? It's these stupid bastards. You know. See what I mean? Oh, it's good stuff. Whoa. And that's the vape oil. You know, that stuff's like 83% THC. DBCs, I think it's DBCs, is like 4 or 5%. They're the ones. The DBCs, or if that's what it is, you can look it up. But when they do hemp, and they do it, when they extract the THC from it, all the medical stuff goes for those. The DBCs within marijuana goes to stroke victims, cancer victims, things of that sort. And they actually have a California farm that named a strain of marijuana after an 11-year-old girl. And she was having, I think I mentioned this once before for you guys, she was having like something like 1,100 seizures a month. So she went to the holistic people, and they gave her the marijuana, the extract, and she's down to 2 seizures a month, and we're talking for over 2 years, 3 years now. So they actually named the strain of this after her for the medical end, and that's what they use it for. I'll tell you, there's so much stuff out there that's so good for us that people think is so bad for us. It's like you can abuse food. You can abuse alcohol. You can abuse coffee. I mean, you can abuse anything. So what does that tell you? It's up to you, or it's up to me as an individual to find out whatever we put into our system, it's to a level where it's good for us. And the only way you learn it's not good for you is when you overindulge. And when you overindulge, you find out, whoa, wait, this is the results. So you just cut back on that, just put it in your category. You don't give it up. You just regulate it. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. You know, sometimes I wonder if I ever make any sense to anybody. Life is so much better if you look at it through cleared eyes, not rose-colored glasses. There's nothing out there that can come against you that you cannot defeat. Now, I'm not saying that you might get yourself in financial trouble, so you're going to have to work it out. Or you get into this, if you get yourself into a jam, you have to figure out a way to get out of it. The easiest, gracious, unharmful way that you can manage. Because we all screw up, man. Trust me, do I know that? We all screw up. Except you can't just react. What you have to do is step back, look at it, evaluate it, figure out how's the best way to handle this. There is not one situation, and I've been in a lot of them. I don't care if it's financial. I don't care if it was romantic. I don't care if it was adversaries. I don't care, business enemies or whatever it was. There was never a time that things could not be reconciled to come to an amicable solution so everybody's happy. I'm not saying you don't get the hard asses, the headstrong people that just won't go any other way. And what happens with them, they actually get cut out of the herd. You know, they get cut out. You succeed not by standing on the backs of other people. You succeed by the people that are pushing you up the ladder. They admire, respect you so much that they will actually push you forward. And in doing so, and you recognize that, if you go up that rung on the ladder, what are you doing? You're going to take those people that created that avenue for you, you're going to take them with you. And that's not their ulterior motive. They do it because you are the best that you're doing, and they recognize that. It's not an IOU situation. No, that's not the way it works. If I admire somebody, or if somebody does something great thing, I'm going to pat them on the back. If I can support them, I'm going to support them. I'm not looking for anything in return. No, I want them to do what they're doing because they are doing the right thing. They are going to be successful at this. They're going to help people. They're going to create jobs. They're going to, so I'm going to be with them. And of course, I can also be an adversary where I'll say, hey, look it. This is not my cup of tea. I think you're going in the wrong direction. I think I'm going to let you take this one on your own. And I come to those conclusions not only through the years that I've lived, also a feeling. I get these feelings in my stuff. When I feel something is wrong, it's almost like I have discernment, and that's one of the gifts, I guess. But I could watch somebody walk into a room without them opening or saying one word. Just by the way they walk into a room, I know exactly who they are. They can't hide anything from me. And I know each and every one of us, including everybody out there, you all have that. If you can recognize the fact that you do have the gift of discernment, it's all that, like that deja vu situation. Whoa, what is this? Whoa, what is this? You better listen to your inner feelings and whatever that's doing to you. You better get it in your brain, because what it's doing is it's stopping you. It's protecting you. If you want to think about it as a guardian angel, or another spirit that's saying, yo, stop this, back off, watch out. You got to recognize that stuff. Also, you got to recognize when somebody needs that spark or that word of encouragement or that pat on the back. You got to be able to go both ways. The greatest gift you can give anybody is a handshake and a kiss on the cheek. That's it. Shake their hand, kiss them on the cheek. Even if you're a stranger, you're no longer a stranger. It's good stuff. I like it. I love it. I've been in some tight situations, but I'll tell you, because of the way I think about things and the way I feel about things, because I don't believe there's anything out there that could hurt me except a bus. If I step off the curb and get run over by a bus, I think that's about the only way I'm going to go. I've been shot. Did my time with that. We'll talk about some of the things that I've done over my lifetime if you're interested. I've done some wonderful things. And I'm not talking about me personally doing this, because I'm not saying I'm wonderful. I'm saying I had the opportunity, because of the way that God created me, that my mind has always been very wide open, and I'm very inquisitive and very, you know, rambunctious. I've always tried to find the silver lining. I like the idea that I can go out, sit on my deck if I wake up at 7:30 in the morning, fix myself a cup of coffee, watch the sun come over the river, see the birds. The birds are beautiful, especially the cardinals, and they sing every morning. And then the iguanas come out. On my lawn, because the flowers blossom every morning. They have like little pansies, little white flowers on the lawn, about the size of your pinky. So the iguanas come out, and I got iguanas out here, without exaggeration, that are 3 feet. And I'll sit on deck at 7:30 in the morning. As soon as that sun starts heating the ground, they come out of the ground. Because remember, they live in the ground. And during the day, they feed, and then they go in the trees. And they sun themselves in the trees until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. When the temperature starts to drop, they come out of the trees, they go back in the ground. But I'll see 30 of them out there. And the only thing is, they crap on my deck. But I did some sprays on the trees, so I got them so they're almost now missing the deck. Because they're a very interesting creature to watch. Because they are, as far as I'm concerned, prehistoric. And if you guys don't remember, because you're not old enough, but the old science fiction movies with the big dragons and all the other crap, or the dinosaurs, because all they did is they took these iguanas and these decos and put them in these little things, put close them together, put a couple males in, watch them fight, and put it on a big screen. That's all it was. Okay, I gotta go. I can't believe it. What's it, 1 o'clock in the morning? And my phone's ringing off the hook. I love you guys. I'm gonna talk to you soon. Why don't somebody get back to me once in a while? Good night.